Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. YouTube famous now. Available in 2020. The album, Dad AF. Rock on! I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got no Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? All right, how are you guys doing today? That's my little mega mix that I do. That's coming out of my album in 2021 or 2. I don't know when yet. All right, my last video was kind of catching up on Jeffree Star. Where is Jeffree Star? He's supposedly in hiding, but is he really? So go check that video out. I talked about a lot of different things that's going on with Jeffree Star right now. But I have some things I wanted to talk about with Shane Dawson, and this video probably won't be as long as most of my videos. But I wanted to talk about some things with Shane Dawson. You know, I was going to call it Bi Sisters 2. Tati's Bi Sister 2 video came out on Tuesday, and it is now Thursday. And other than this live stream rant that Shane Dawson went on, then Rylan going off, we haven't heard anything from Shane Dawson. There's been no tweets. There's been no likes on tweets. There has been, I think Rylan retweeted one person's thing. And then there has been no live streams. There's been no videos. Obviously. I mean, even before this, he wasn't posting videos, you know? Can you imagine Shane Dawson's next Fix Your Life video series? The next time he comes out with a series, whose life is he going to fix? Because, you know, for like the last 2 or 3 years, every time there's something going on, people are always like, call Shane, call Shane. All about to Shane Dawson. I did it too at one point. So anyway, you know, it's like, it'll be interesting to see what his next, what could his next series be, possibly. Now, there are people out there that believe that everything that is going on with Shane Dawson right now is I mean, this is baffling to me, okay? That people believe that this is part of a bigger series that Shane Dawson is doing. First of all, you're giving Shane Dawson a lot of credit as a genius, okay? Second of all, what you're saying is that Shane Dawson would completely allow himself to be exposed and put out there and his career completely ruined, and people be like, I'm never siding with you again over everything I've seen at the expense of a video series. And I'm sorry, but I just do not believe that Shane Dawson is that philanthropic and that he really cares that much about the world and that altruistic to help the greater world at the expense of his channel. Now, do I think, since I said that in a video, he may come out now and be like, this is the series I'm doing? It may be the only series he can do at this point, you know? This may be the only series he can do. But if he comes out with a series and he documents everything that's been going on and how he gets help and whatever, and let's say a year from now he puts out a 6-part series, I hope he doesn't monetize it, number one. Number 2, I don't think we need a 6-part series. I think we need a video where he gets down and genuinely just speaks to his audience. And, you know, whatever. You know, it's interesting to me because he was saying in his video, talking about Tati, or like in the live stream, he was like, fake tears, you know, which to me is just like, it's just such a bad look. But I have to say at this point, like, for everything that Shane's going through, you know, like, and I will tell you, and I said this in my last video, that there's like a lot of like allegations that are going around that Shane Dawson was like, that he was not doing well, that he, you know, whatever, okay? And I'm not going to further those conspiracy speculations. I know that I think several drama channels have reached out to him, I have heard, and that he is at home and he is okay. That's what I've heard. So I'm believing that they are telling the truth. I'm sure they are. They wouldn't put the information out there. But, you know, like, to get on video and, like, apologize for all this stuff and not have any emotion, you know, I looked back at, like, Laura Lee's apology. Like, sure, it was absolutely piss poor, and we can laugh at her and make fun of her all we want. But, like, you've worked so hard for this whole career that you've had, and literally, like that, it's gone, and you don't have any emotional response. When I watched that video back of Shane Dawson's apology from a couple days ago, he is literally emotionally flat. Okay, so then it makes me wonder, is every emotional spectrum that Shane Dawson has, is it just like, is it all an act? Is literally it all an act? Because I know the 2 o'clock in the morning, don't buy my merch, but buy my merch, that's an act, okay? Now, I know the Shane Dawson that I met. I don't know if that's an act. I know the Shane Dawson that we see being really sincere face-to-face with somebody, like investigative reporters of you know, Tana during TanaCon, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, since Shane said he never ruined anybody's life, you know, and on and on and on. You know, like, who is Shane Dawson? I don't think any of us know who Shane Dawson is anymore. And I think that that's the hardest thing with all of this, is that for so many of us, we're like, we had this idea of Shane, you know, and a lot of people are like, this information's been out there all this time. How did you not know that this was out there? I, honest to God, did not go back when I started watching Shane Dawson, and I started watching him. I don't really know when I started watching conspiracy videos, I think, back then. And then, you know, like, I would talk about him in videos and whatever. So, you know, like, I didn't go back and watch that kind of, like, those videos. I think I watched a video that he and Joey Graceffa did about, like, joking that they were each other's boyfriends because they weren't out at the time. But, like, other than that, like, I hadn't seen a lot of his old videos. And quite frankly, when one of them would kind of come up, like, I didn't find that whole, like, swooped hair, kind of, like, very prankster. I just don't, that's not entertaining to me. And there was, like, a whole era of YouTubers like that, so I did not see those videos. I didn't watch them, you know? Back then, I was watching Glozell Green and Tyler Oakley and Kingsley and people like that. You know, I wasn't watching Shane Dawson. You know, Trisha Paytas, I found because I was watching Gigi Gorgeous, and I even watched The Avenue, Gigi Gorgeous' reality show, if you remember that. And she came to LA and she had lunch with Trisha Paytas at the Ivy, which then I got to go to that restaurant because I was so excited. I wanted to go to the Ivy. I'd heard about it from that video and from years of celebrities and things like that. But, you know, I was literally just a fan watching these people, and I found Trisha through Gigi Gorgeous, and that's how I started watching Trisha Paytas. And I didn't really understand her whole gig at first. I just really didn't, you know? But that's how I started watching these people. I'm not somebody that when I start watching somebody, I go in and I watch the last 10 years of their videos. Quite frankly, I don't have the time for it, and it bores me, okay? So there's all this stuff going on with Shane Dawson, right? Well, hold on a second, I've got some notes. Yesterday, I talked in my video about how Sony had gone into all of the Jeffree Star series on Shane's channel, and they had demonetized those. And everybody's speculating, could this possibly be Jeffree Star's, because his record label supposedly is owned by Sony. I don't know, allegedly conspiracy speculation. And so people are speculating, is this Jeffree Star doing this, right? Which would be such a bad look for Jeffree Star. I can't imagine that he's doing that, okay? But yesterday, I went and looked at these videos because people were telling me about it, and I went and looked, and literally every video I pulled up, copyright, 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 copyright. You couldn't see any of these videos yesterday, right? And people were asking me, they're like, if each one of these is a strike, will Shane's channel get taken down? So I was sitting here today and somebody DM'd me and they said, I went to looked for Shane's channel and it's not pulling up for me at all anymore, right? So I went to Shane's channel, it's completely pulling up for me, everything's about it, it's pulling up for me, and all of those videos are back. So there's no ads on the videos, so apparently his channel has been demonetized is what I've heard. I don't know how you find out information about that. All I know is that when I click on his videos, there are no ads. So I don't know what that is about, okay? But I will tell you this, that the whole Beautiful World of Jeffree Star series, you can go watch it. It's no longer copyright striked or what copyright claimed or whatever. And I think like sometimes in those situations, it's not like a strike necessarily, but I could be wrong. But they just make all of the money off the video or a percentage of it because you used music of theirs in the video. So if that's the case, all Shane would have to go in there and just agree to that. And then his video would be back up, right? So I don't know about that. I'm still speculating about these 1 billion video views off of his Shane Dawson channel that he deleted. What did he delete? Like, that's 1 billion views. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, what did you delete off? I mean, when you think about this, about the smaller creator, okay? Smaller creators have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized on their channel. Think about all the hardworking, really great small creators out there that are busting their butts and they cannot even get monetized, and 4,000 watch hours. Shane Dawson deleted 1 billion views off of that. Multiply that times watch hours. That is a crazy amount of watch hours, right? So that's the update on the whole Shane Dawson thing. He hasn't come out and talked. I don't know if he ever will come out and talk. I don't know if he'll ever say anything again. I don't know if 6 months will go by. I am sure at this point they are all contacting lawyers and trying to figure out everything. And one of the questions that people keep on asking me is they keep on saying, do you think that Tati's telling the truth? Do you think that Tati's telling the truth? Do you think that Tati's telling the truth? So Yes, I do think that Tati's telling the truth. I think that her video was somewhat of a message to Jeffree and Shane. People are like, well, she came out against James, whatever. We can sit here and we can speculate. We can go back and watch her Weiss sister video and compare it to this video. And I am going to do that. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch both of the videos and I'm going to take notes and I'm going to compare them and see if there's discrepancies, because I've heard that there's a lot of discrepancies. So I want to see that. I'm also going to watch James Charles' apology video, or not apology, but No More Lies video from last year. I want to watch that video, I want to watch Jeffree Star's video, and I want to sit down with notes and remind myself of what was said a year ago. I'm not saying that anything that she said was correct, or that it was appropriate or right or whatever, okay? I don't know why she started talking to James Charles again. I don't know if it was because they wanted to team up against Jeffree Star and Shane, but if that was the case, whatever, it's so ugly, all of it behind the scenes, and it's like one doesn't make the other one more right or more wrong. It's just all of it a mess, is how I feel about it at this point. Like, they're all of them just a complete mess, And so I'm sitting here and I'm watching this, but like people are like, do you think that Tati's telling the truth? Now, let me tell you why I think that Tati's telling the truth. Tati references legal on there. Now, I did talk to a friend of mine that's an entertainment lawyer, and he said to me, okay, that she could not show receipts in her video because then she could never show them like in a court of law, because then they would have already been used and they could have, like somebody could like discredit them and things like that. So whatever she has, she's not showing it. She said at some point she might come out. If she is filing a civil lawsuit and she, after the fact, wins it, she might win the rights to talk about this on camera. I mean, that could be part of what the lawsuit is, that she wants to come out and talk about everything that went on behind the scenes. But yeah, I do think she's telling the truth. I think her including Shane and Jeffree in this was not just like Tati being messy. She didn't have to be messy. She could have come back and just gone back to doing, dime store reviews of makeup again and been like, I just took some time off. She didn't have to do this. I think that everything she said in her video can be backed up, or she wouldn't have got on there and she wouldn't have claimed that she had legal, and she wouldn't have said that she can back it up. And Jeffree and Shane know that she can. I think Jeffree's more worried about this than Shane is. Do I think that Tati's worried too? Sure, I think they're all worried. I think they're all nervous about what's going on, And James Charles was steadily growing. He was steadily growing towards 20 million subscribers, and he's kind of just stood still. Like, he just hit 19 million followers on Instagram, I think, yesterday. Which, congratulations, James, that's amazing. But I think that he's just kind of stopped as far as I guess I could probably look. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, he stopped, Interesting that last year he was getting ready to pass Jeffree Star and this whole stuff happened. And now all this stuff comes out again with James. And James, whether he asked for this or not, and he was with it with Tati and told her to make the video, I don't know. It's just a lot to me. But one of the things I do want to say in here, okay, is that Shane Dawson said in his apology video, I knew me watching this documentary was going to come into play at some point, that he said that he has never hurt somebody or their career or something like that. He said something to that effect in that 5-point note that he said, So I watched this documentary. Did y'all know that there's a documentary on Amazon? I think it's been up for a while. I think because I saw that there have been reviews that were done in 2018. So apparently this thing has been done for a while. But there's Michael Weiss, who was from Good Times Entertainment, that did TanaCon with Tana Mojo. He has a documentary up on Amazon Prime. You can watch it if you have Amazon Prime for free, okay? If you'd like me to do the breakdown of it, because I have 6 pages of notes so that you don't have to watch it, I'd be more than willing to do that for you, okay? Because it is absolute just crap. It's boring, okay? And it makes all of them look absolutely foolish. There's a part, and I like Elijah Daniel, I really do, but and he does a lot of really great work, but there's a part where Elijah Daniel is packing a bowl, and he's standing there and they're having this meeting and everybody looks like a bunch of kids in somebody's basement in high school, and Elijah's like, yeah, they're all sitting around a boardroom and I'm packing a bowl while we're making a meeting. I'm like, yeah, and look what happened with TanaCon. See, you might want to take this stuff a little bit more seriously. But he was only in a small part of it. It really doesn't implicate Tana any more than it implicates Michael Weiss. I mean, they all look like a bunch of fools in this thing. I don't know why he ever put this documentary out, okay? And the other thing that's interesting about this documentary is that Michael Weiss, during the whole TanaCon thing, said that he was putting together a documentary. But at the end of the documentary, I mean, this was almost kind of I was like, this is where I said in my last video that I was embarrassed for Jeffree Star because he looked foolish. This is where I was embarrassed for Michael Weiss, okay? At the end of the documentary, it says something to the effect of that we reached out and Michael Weiss was not available for comment. On his own documentary, girl! Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Anyway, what is that? But no, it's just such a SHI Toot show, okay? But at the end of it, it says in there that after Michael sat down to dinner with Tana and Michael, in LA, or that after Michael sat down with Shane and Tana, what did I say, Tana and Tana? Two-faced. But anyway, after he sat down with Shane and Tana in LA at dinner, like at some restaurant or something, he then went home and filed bankruptcy. I think it was $700,000 or something like that of bankruptcy, and he took the loss and Tana took none. What? So this dinner, okay, first of all, Shane Dawson gets on video, clears Tana's name up, okay, and then and then he goes and does this whole video thing, and he clears it up, of which I came for him in my critique of it, and he was not happy about that. Shane reached out and was like, "This is the first time I've ever gotten praise on YouTube, and you have to come for me, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Shane, I'm sorry, okay, whatever. Calm down, okay? We'll get you your little toy at Toys R Us so you can stop having a temper tantrum." So anyway, always having to appease these adult YouTubers out there, you know? So anyway, but then Michael Weiss, okay, he goes and has dinner with Shane and Tana, and then he ends up filing bankruptcy and his life goes down the tubes, which I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it per contract or whatever, but Tana didn't lose anything off of that, nothing. She didn't lose anything off of TanaCon, okay, that we know of. She never came out and said that. Very, very interesting to me. Oh, by the way, where's Tana in all of this? I mean, Shane Dawson saved Tana's career, right? He got on video and saved her, and yet again, sainted somebody else, okay? You know, somebody reached out to me today on a DM, and they said, "Do you think the reason why Shane Dawson likes to go in and fix people's lives is because he wishes he could do the same thing to himself?" I'm starting to wonder, you know, I think it's a really great observation. It's like he went in and he sainted Tana Mojo, and she's just a kid and she can't figure all this stuff out, and he's kind of semi-hard on her, but not really, about the TanaCon thing, which was her idea, it was her show, it was her circus, okay? Welcome to the circus, Shane. These are the circus characters that you invited to be part of your traveling circus, okay? Jake Paul, Tana Mojo, Jeffree Star, who else? None of them are standing up for you right now. The only one that you've got singing in your circus, okay, over there is Trisha Paytas. She is, I don't know, over there doing her thing right now, okay? And now, if you don't know about this, Trisha Paytas is coming out with videos of her saying the same things that Shane Dawson said. So her word basically means nothing, but he probably didn't care because she's a pathological liar per him. But anyway, so it's just all of it a mess. And I'm like, what's he going to do to clean this up? Like, is he just going to leave and take time off? You know? For your fans that are sticking by you, Shane, for your fans that are out there that are fighting a good fight for you on Twitter and YouTube and everything, because I'm telling you, they're taking it, okay? They're taking one for the team right now because they are literally fighting your fight and saying, "I love Shane, I will stick by Shane," whatever. You need to put out something, a tweet or something, and say to them, "Thank you to my fans that are sticking by me. To the rest of you, you can F off, and I'll deal with this when I come back," or whatever you need to say, or "Thank you to everybody. I'm taking some time to look at myself. I'll be back in 6 months," but you need to say something to somebody out there for your fans. Just like Jeffree Star said, like I said in my last video, just like he said it, you know, with Manny and Laura, imagine, just imagine. So anyway, I mean, it's been 3 days now, and more and more and more and more and more. And when people want to come over here and they want to say, "Well, Shane already did apologize." No, I don't know what that was, okay? I don't know what that Betamax VCR version of a 1965 apology was, but that was piss poor to me, okay? That was, I don't know what that was. That was another one of those, "Hey guys, you don't have to buy my merch at 2 o'clock in the morning," right? So I don't know what that was. I take that down because I think Laura Lee's is number 1 and I think number 2. Hey teacher, I have to go to the bathroom. Which one? 1 or 2? I think number 2 is Shane Dawson's apology. Anyway, I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.